was a minor disaster. I've just been sat here talking to myself. I know. Ridiculous. But kind of hilarious. It's like, why isn't the thingy in the whatchamacallit? I'll tell you why it wasn't there. It's because I hadn't hit the start streaming button. Yeah, I hadn't hit go live. So I've been sat here for 20 minutes talking to myself. Oh well, these things happen, you know. This is what happens when there's nobody in your chat to talk to you. You don't realise that you've not pressed the button. Such is life. Anyway, I don't have all bits on. I can come further down into this here corner. Yeah. I need to hit transition. Cool. So, as I was saying, first off, let's go here and look for me. Where is the dungeon slime? The dungeon slime, where is it? See, I thought, oh, I've done well. I'm only 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes late. And then, what happens? I completely forget to press the go button. Yeah. Whatever. No one's here anyway. It'll be fine. Yes. Yes. Perfect. And let's just get rid of this. Not all of this. Because I was looking for Delta Green starter scenarios. And if I was smart, I'd have got the Delta Green Need to Know free starter book. But I didn't. Because, again, I'm an idiot. But hey ho. You know how it goes. So originally I was thinking about doing something like in the UK, but I think really what I should do is just run through some of the default stuff and run that, and then yeah, see where we go from there. See where we go from there. Right, what are we looking for? Yeah, the Agent's Handbook, making a character. So I had said there are like 1,000 pre-gens in the Foundry install. So that's a lot. But let's get to the Agent Handbook. So character creation. Well, first of all, let's make this one page per page because I don't like it when it like slides through. Fit one full page. Right, good. Creepy. It's really creepy, but yeah. Agents. When agent creation, right. Step 1. Statistics are strength, dex, constitution, intelligence, power, and charisma. They range from 3, the worst, to 18, the best. Okay. You can create stats one of two ways, rolling them or assigning points. Roll stats. For each stat, roll 4d6 and drop the lowest. Okay, well, roll stats because you know that's the kind of person we are. OBS. Hide this. Oh, I need to move. I'm in the wrong place. It's probably good. Donk. Hello. Yes. Here. Hello. Character sheet. Dice. I think roll 3d6. No, 4d6 KH. No, that didn't work. 4d6 drop lowest. DL? No. What is it? Foundry. Roll. Keep. Roll. Drop. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Drop lowest, 4d6. Tell me, computer. Drop lowest, DL. Okay, that's what I should be doing. Not KH, not KHDL. But so that first roll, I want to keep that because I saw what it was and it was wild. 6255. So that's a 16 on this character's physical. So we want to. What was it again? DL? No? It is DL. Well, how does that work? KL, DH. Why haven't you just given it 4D6? Keep the free. Alright, K. Roll 3 10-sided dice, keep the highest of the 3. Roll 4 K. So, okay. Keep the. Okay. So it's just K. It's not DL. It's lying to you. DH. Drop highest is a 1 apparently. But DL is not a real thing. Maybe that L's supposed to be a number? Whatever. It's not real. That's not right. So it's K3. K3. Like so. No? We'll just double check this again. So, is that? I'm an idiot, aren't I? I am D6 DL. I'm a fool. So that does work. 9. Okay, constitution of 9. Wow, that's bad. 10. Okay, so dex is 10. 14. Okay, intelligence is 14. Another 9. 15. Very charismatic. Cool. So that's just basic stats. Leamington Rosewater. Cool. Top haddocks. Spicy bananas. So, what I also need to do, and in fact, maybe I'll try to do it right. No, I've got the wrong remote control. Oh, here's the right remote control. I don't know if my computer would explode if I do this, but let's give it a try. Yeah, let's get this remote control. And turn this on. And then P. Yeah. Extend. And then inputs. Right one. It is. Okay. So now, can I drag you and put you up here? I can. Oh, wow. This might change everything, folks. This might make my life way easier. Oh, I'll never mess up again now that I'm doing this. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, right. Now then. What was I doing? I was going to turn back on the Adobe Reader for all to perceive. Right. Step 2. Calculate derived values. Hit points, willpower points, sanity points, etc., etc., etc. See detailed on page 18. 18. So, hit points are equal to strength plus con divided by 2 rounded up. So, strength is 16, con is 9, so 26 divided by 2, 13. Oh, right. It's already calculated for maximum value. Cool. Let's make sure that the willpower is correct as well. Willpower is so willpower points represent mental fortitude. Blah 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 blah. Willpower is equal to power. All right, okay, fair enough. So that's 9. Can I bring the little thing over here? Yeah, there we go. Next, sanity points are equal to power times 5. So that's 45? Is it? I think it is. 45 times 9. 9 times 5 is 45. So 45, not very sane. Alright, an agent's breaking point is equal to the starting sanity minus power. So, where do I put my breaking point down? Should this number be 45? No, that number's fixed. Okay, so that number can't be 45. Okay, so we just need to remember that. This is a bit annoying. Breaking point. Is breaking point on here mental? The breaking point's not automatically calculated. So breaking point is starting sanity minus power. So the starting sanity is 45, power 36. There we go. That means everyone missed out on my showing off of a shared thingy. Well, because of my whole foolishness, my silly mistakes. Clear all bounding tiles. I'll show that later. Okay, cool. Right, so next. The agents. Select profession and skills. What does the agent do for a living? Profession dictates what skills your agent has and the number of bonds he or she possesses. Skills require special training and come from schooling, experience, or personal interest. Skills at 0, no training. To 99, yeah, fine. Okay, see detailed descriptions, profession, page 20, and detailed descriptions, skills, page 28. So let's go to page 20. Anthropologist or historian, computer scientist or engineering. Right, okay, well this is probably important to pay attention to. Con, power, charisma. So this character has a good charisma, a rubbish power, and a rubbish con. So probably not great. Recommended stats, intelligence. They're pretty intelligent. Intelligence for anthropologist or historian. Physician. No. Scientist, intelligence, special operator, strength, constitution, power. No, constitution, power, rubbish. Additional professions. Firefighter, criminal, media specialist. Might be an author, an editor, a researcher for a company. That's an interesting character class, isn't it? The biggest problem for most of these character classes is requirement on power. Intelligence, charisma, lawyer, a business executive. Intelligence analyst, maybe. Nurse or paramedic, police officer, constitution and power. Pilot or sailor, program manager. Soldier or marine, strength, constitution, building a new profession. We're not going to build a new profession. Well, we'll just go with what the character's good at. So it'll either be computer engineer or a anthropologist or historian. I'm going to go for a computer scientist or engineer. We'll go for computer scientist. Do what you know. Computer scientist. I wouldn't go so far as to call them a computer scientist, but we'll go with that. Skills. So we're a computer scientist. So I start computer science 60%. 60. Hold on, it's not telling me how to put these in. Pardon me. Let's choose a profession from the list on page 20, or from federal agencies on 104. Ah, oh, for goodness sakes, more skills. Why don't you tell me about one at the start? You can pick bonus skills on page 27. Define your agent's bonds. What do so selecting skills? Skills. So do I just add? I will presume for now that I just add whatever the number is in the add whatever the number is here to whatever the number is in here. Right. That's what I'm going to presume for now, because that seems simplest. So what we're going to do is, so computer science is 60. Do we tick? No, I presume after failing a test on a skill. Okay. So that's when we tick those boxes. Craft is 30%. Craft. C. C, 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 C. Oh, it goes along this way, okay. Bureaucracy, computer crime, criminology. No. Okay, I guess it's a custom skill then. Craft. There we go. That makes sense. Electrician. So, where do I actually get added? There. 30. Add craft mechanic. Mechanic. I'm going to tell you something. I don't think anything that a computer scientist does could ever be considered for these skills. But, you know, microelectronics. This is far more like a... We've confused a number of different roles here, but let's just go for it. Microelectronics. This person is going to get killed. 40. Cool. And then SIGINT at 40. Cool. And then choose any 4 of these that you don't already have. Oh yes, let me do my accounts. Fine. Let's go with accounting. Oh, that you don't already have. I've already got that at 10%. And I've already got bureaucracy at 10%. That seems silly. I would just add 50 onto the thing that's already here. So, bureaucracy 60. I don't know what kind of... Oh, well, because I guess it's computer scientist or engineer. Science. Fine. Add science. Go physics. 40%, so that's 2 out of 5. Law, 40%, may as well. And last but not least, heavy machinery, 50%. Heavy weapons, heavy machinery, so it goes to 60. As good with heavy machinery as they are with computer science. They spend their spare time driving bulldozers, by the looks of it. Cool. Top oranges. Right, what's next? Bonds. Where do we think bonds are? Mental? No. Contacts? No. CV? No. Gear? No. Mental? No. Skills? No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Physical description and notes. Contacts. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's move on. Bonds, free. Well, I mean, I can't move on. I need to do something about them. I need to put them somewhere. Um, um, well, let's put them in here first. Let's put them down as motivations. Motivation 1, 2, 3. Okay. New motivation. Um, uh, Coca-Cola. Motivation is a thing that people do. I still can't believe that I was talking to myself for 20 minutes. Oh well. But then, I guess, I'm still talking to myself. So it doesn't matter. Mistakes happen in this world. Right. What's this person's motivation going to be? Family. Mm, uh, Leamington comes from a large family. Leamington comes from a large family. They all get together on Christmas dinner and generally support each other. There. So that's the first one. Next motivation. You know what? It believes in the American dream. This person's naive. Anyone that works hard can get ahead in America. It's the best country in the world. Hoorah. You can tell what the trigger is for my little hood situation there, can't you? One thing I've not done in a while. I can't remember the button for it. Where are the buttons? Where are they? What are they? What are the buttons for this change? I know what they are. Ha 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 ha! Cat slime. Meow. 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 Fish slime. Bzz, fly slime. Right, cool. So that is this character's second thingy. Also, CV. Right. So standards: 1 to 2 male, 3 to 4 MB, 5 to 6 female. But we are employer. Microsoft. Nah. Hamilton's computer tech porium. Nationality American, of course. American. Education, I don't know, degree from a school thing, whatever. I don't know what the yellow sign is, so I haven't. Last motivation. Um, um, what else do we think they believe? Hmm. Any hints? Any hints? Hints. Defining bonds. Each bond has a value that starts equal to. Well, where are bonds? I don't know where they are. Where are bonds on this page? Uh, Bonds. We've got a big old box for bonds. And then we've got motivations and disorders. And we're not writing all this, so we're not going to find out, but actually, there's a completely different place for bonds. Bonds. No. Contacts. Add. Ah. Okay. I knew it. Let's take this one. Description, notes. Yoink. Add. Here we go. Family. Score is equal to charisma. Wait, the bonds need to be individuals. Define bonds. Bonds indicate strength of relationships with the important people in your agent's life, like spouses, children, partners, and mentors. Oh, they have to be people. They can't be concepts. That's annoying. So the Americanism, it can't be one. So also, family as a generic group can't be one. Okay. Grandpa Rosewater. Relationship. Grandfather. Okay. We'll go next one. Little Jimmy Rosewater. Nephew. His sister's son. Sister's son. Their sister's son. Sisters is possessive. Their sister's son. Jimmy is the hope of the family. Probably going to become a hippie and drop out. I mean, Leamington's a computer scientist. Well, I mean, I don't think they're a computer scientist. I think they're a code monkey for some data processing organization. And calling him a computer scientist is like, look at me, I'm an engineer. Not an engineer. Samantha, white, relationship, none really. Samantha works as a receptionist at the company that Leamington works at, and he fancies her. Fine. I mean, you can say potential girlfriend, but I don't think that's what it is. I think, alright. Well, that's a shame. I liked the idea of him being, or of them being, into the thing. I'm not finished yet. Come back. Come back, Leamington. Come back. There you are. Thank you. So, that's, bonds. Add final details. Start filling in the details that make the agent interesting. How old is your agent? Not very old. Is there a box just for age? Okay. Let's say 24. I don't know what the date of the game is, so we'll say their birthday is the 13th of the 7th. Okay. What's their nationality? They're a Yank. Already got a name. What's your agent's job? Code monkey. Tech support. In fact, we call them this sad rot support engineer. Support programmer. That's the worst job you can have. Why does Delta Green trust your agent to help with its deadly and secretive mission? It probably doesn't. And why, despite all the terrifying dangers, does your agent answer the call? They probably don't want to. And that's it. Is that it? Choose a profession. Write down the profession skills. Your agent also gets bonus skill points. See page 20. Okay, page 20. 20. Bonuses. Each profession dictates the number of bonus skill points. Pick any 8 skills and add 20 points to each. If it's not a professional skill, add 20 to its base rate. If it is a professional skill, add 20 to the current score. Fine. Mental. Gear. CV. Physical. Skills. How am I supposed to know whether or not something is... I suppose I've got to be having a look at this whilst I'm doing it. There we go, this page. So 8 of these get an extra 20 points. Or don't. What? Well, what if I want to add 20 to my alertness, take my alertness to 40? Let's reread that again. Pick any 8 skills and add 20 points to each. If it's not a professional skill, add 20 to its base rating. Okay, right. Yeah, just add... Why don't we just say add 20 to its current score? Because... Stupid. So we're going to do alertness because I think being more alert is good. We're going to do athletics because I think being able to run away is good. No, I'm not, because he's a support program, tech support. He doesn't... They don't go to exercise. Although nowadays, if it was like a modern programmer, they would always be at the exercise thing. Everyone in IT is exercising all the time nowadays. So if it was a modern setting, I'd definitely go athletics. So we'll say what it is. We'll also go... stop that. 80 on technical, so that's a 3. Drive. 4. Americans, they all shoot things. 5. Americans don't know anything about history. Human intelligence, nah. Or medicine, no. Navigate, no. They've got a GPS. Occult, no. Persuade, oh, they've got to know how to lie in thingamajigs. 6. Search, 7. Stealth, 8. Okay, so that's that. Bonus skill points. Anything else? Define your agent bonds. Done that. Name, yeah. Okay. Motivations. All right. Okay. As you play, describe up to 5 motivations that are not bonds. So I definitely think, as a starter for 10, motivations will be that the what did I call it again? Call it land of opportunity. Leamington believes in the American. Oh no, it's the American dream, right? Dream. Anyone can do anything as long as they work hard enough. Cool. The tributes, we're going to call this American Dream. And I think I'll probably put lots of their motivations to be around this concept, right? As in the idea that they're like bought fully into America. America, 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 yay. That kind of nonsense. Hoorah. We've got a Monster of the Week group that are basically all American yahoos, and they're all full in all the time. It's quite funny. One thing I'm surprised about is it's powered by the Apocalypse Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu PBTA. Mythos World and Tremulous. Yeah, there isn't really one. Goodness, something that I do have to do at some point. I do all these Pocket Quest games because I accidentally bought like 9 million of them. Of course, I've been doing that all on there. So here is the stats. Here are the bonds. Here is the background. And their belief of the American dream. Yeah. Okay. So because we're probably going to have like in the motivations, I think it'll be like American dream, land of the free. Something probably about capitalism being good and all that kind of nonsense. What I do need, I don't know. Does Etsy have not Etsy, Itch? What I need at some point is like a really good source of non-AI generated, non-AI generated. Is that outside of this? No. Non-AI generated portraits for characters because it's expensive though. It's like I don't want to pay for each individual portrait I have of characters because I do so much stuff, which means I have a lot of characters. But when you go into like Itch and you search for it and you're like 1,600 high-res portraits for $10, and I'm like, that's clearly going to be 1,600 AI generated tosh. So that's a nuisance. 200 realistic goblin heroes. I'm much more interested. So actually, didn't I buy? I thought the other problem is lots of them are fantasy, and I don't want fantasy for this. I think I own a lot of like 8-bit packs because they're really cool. 8-bit, 10 pixel, all this kind of stuff is really cool. Do I own this one? I don't know. As I'm currently me, and I don't seem to have it, but I guess I don't own that one. As we go to the my library. Morkborg, pixel hexes. I don't have a portrait one. I've got some virtual borders. I've got tokens. I don't have portraits. I should probably sit down and buy a bunch of portraits off of that. But what I think it's pretty good. I'm sure I bought the maybe I bought them somewhere else. Oh, well, that's all the portraits I have anyway. My collections. My purchases? My purchases. I do have them. Right, I thought I had those. For some reason they weren't showing up in my library. They were only showing up in here. 212 days ago. But I've got the sci-fi character portrait pack, which isn't useful for this. Anyway, it'd be nice if I had a picture for them. Agent photos. Replica images. No, let's see. Agent portraits. And of course, lots of it's just going to be tut. I don't know. I have to figure out a way of getting some good portraits for because some good headshots for characters. But this one actually looks quite good. I might use these. Maybe has this person done more? Just looking at the 10 pixel portraits. No, I don't want to follow this person. I want to see what else they've done. They've only done one thing. Okay. Oh no, view creators page. Yeah, they've only made one thing. Not that I can blame them. That's one more thing for me. Well, anyway, this isn't getting me anywhere. Not getting me anywhere at all. It's for my normal games. I don't mind just like downloading anything. But for Dungeon Slime, for me, for this, I like to use good pictures. But alas, we are out. We do not have any. But okay, that seems to be a character created, other than the lack of picture. Do we have any pictures in here that look like people that I could steal? Hey, he looks like he's having a good time. Look at that. Hey. Equipment. Ooh. Operational gear. Do they have it? Common sense. Wait a minute. Do C. There's no credit rating mechanic. That's interesting. So where it says if it's not obvious, roll. If it's not obvious, roll. Then roll. One of the agents can roll intelligence ×3 or a luck roll. To see if they've obtained the item before the operation begins. Okay, so this is kind of like you can magic equipment out of your ass. Fine, this is fine. Okay. but so these were some other options that people have. So what was ICE? Oh right, for fascists, the actual full-on. Yeah, no one good. No one good works for ICE or in the UK, immigration services, the immigration police, all of them bastards. To a man, and they're generally men, but the women in them are bastards as well. Okay, so that's Leamington Rosewater. Let's make another character. Create another. Yeah, test. Create. So, stats. Do, 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 do. First off, we could go here. So again, 3d6. 3d6. Drop lowest. Ugh. 8. Not very strong. Next. 13. Okay, next. I think it's really odd having 3d6 stats in a D100 game. I think that's really peculiar. 16. Another one with garbage power. That really kind of... The low power really kind of just ruins the character, doesn't it? 16. So, like, another one, much like with Leamington, like, good charisma, right? Good charisma, good intelligence, but just worthless power. Weird. Weird. Okay, 45. It kind of, once again, sticks them into where they can't actually do... where they're not good at anything with a power of 9. Again, I often find that this is a really problematic element of some of the lots of 6 stat systems, where some of the stats are really useful and, you know, are clearly linked to, let's call it, a class, whereas other stats are kind of completely useless, right? So in like basic Dungeons and Dragons, charisma, pretty useless. And wisdom is really the other kind of useless one. I mean, intelligence is pretty useless as well in kind of like basic Dungeons and Dragons. Wisdom gives you a spell saving roll bonus, so that's pretty good. But not wisdom only bars you from being a cleric, and intelligence only bars you from being a mage. Whereas if you've got like bad strength or bad dex or bad constitution, your character's almost useless. Not entirely useless, but almost useless. You've got to try really hard to keep the buggers alive. Whereas, you know, if you've got bad charisma, intelligence, or wisdom in like BX, whatever, who cares? In this, if you've got bad power, it's like your character is just gonna go mad, and it's not gonna be a good time. But oh well, that's what we get. So again, this one's a bit crap at everything. So if we go back up here, we'll go roll a d6 for gender. MB. So what are they doing? Well, they're going to be the anthropologist. So 20? 20. Cool. Let's derive. Willpower, that auto derives. Sanity, 45. Breakpoint is 36. They have They're an anthropologist. They've got 4 bonds. So that's nice. Contacts 1, 2, 3, 4. So charisma's good because it gives you more points in your bonds before you become something bad. But of course, their sanity so low that they're probably going to go pretty wild pretty quickly. Skills. So anthropology or archaeology. I think anthropology is cooler. 50. Bureaucracy 40. Foreign language, choose one. So let's give them. It's yeah, all of the 1 at 50. Go like Aramaic, because I don't know how you pronounce. I don't know how you spell it, but that's how we're spelling it today. Add type to custom skill. Foreign language. Let's go for just yeah. Cool. It's probably not actually the name of a language. Probably like Farsi is probably that's Iran, isn't it? Anyway, history 60%, 70. Occult 40%. So I guess that goes to 50. And persuade 40%. I'm probably doing this wrong, but I don't care. It seems to makes more sense to me. Whatever. 60. Right, cool. And then pick 2 that you don't already have. Let's go for human int. Oh no, let's go for archaeology and search. So archaeology at 40 and search at 60. Now I've just done that. Now I think that actually it does make more sense if these go to these should actually be flat numbers, shouldn't they? I don't know. Shall we give them a search of 80 if that was added on for 20 that they start off with? Well, whatever. I'll go with it. I'm not fussed. 4 bonds. So Herman Ritter, relationship husband. Isabella. Richmond relationship student. New bond. No, Nauman, Nissa, peer in the industry, competition, competing, Competing professor. And then we'll have Sandra Watts relationship teacher. Right, fine. Contacts. Oh, right, we've also got the free skills at 60. So, alertness 40. We'll take our anthropology up to 70. We'll take the archaeology up to 60. I mean, again, all American shoot at things. 3. 4. 5. 6. It was 8, right? 7. 8. Fine. Cool. Contacts, CV. So we'll say they're like 42. Employer, university of somewhere. We'll make a decision later. Nationality, American. Education, PhD, right? Cool. And my name is Alex Anderson. Oh, you gotta love someone who's got 2 first names. I love a double first namer. It's good. It's a good way to be. It's a darn good way to be. What I also need at some point, again, I need lots more stock art. But hey ho. Something I always find really interesting is how folks talk about computer algorithms as if they are anything other than a mathematical equation. It's kind of funny. Kind of weird. Though I think that kind of comes down to the human desire to anthropomorphize everything. Oh dear, that would have been a terrible roll. Cool. So that's some characters. So what I need to think about is what on earth are we actually going to run? So my initial idea was kind of a X-Files style game where the characters are kind of uncovering the mystery, but I've got the conspiracy book. But the book kind of relies more on you reading everything and being like, here's all the stuff. And then kind of, I think like a really interesting way of doing it would be to create a map and go in. Well, there's 2 ways, right? There's, I suppose, start out small, kind of proper X-Files style, and go in. You're a group of agents. You're getting cases. You investigate the cases, bish bash bosh, but then kind of opening it out as as you move along and go, here are all the different options, and then have a bunch of different ticking clocks in the background. So that feels like an option. Of course, it means that I'm going to make the player today. If I make the player today an FBI agent, well, this is if we go into agent pregens, right? We could just go, oh, what do I want? Federal agent. There you go. Federal agent Mitchell Cumming. What are they good at? Stuff. But CV, right? USA. I don't know. Oh, nationality. I don't think a town. Well, then again, I guess Americans are weird. But there are lots of options because of this to have like partners changing and dying. Because I've only got one player tonight, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that one player. Because I was going, like I was saying, I was going to play Pendragon. I don't know if I said that before or after I turned on the actual stream. But yeah, I was going to play Pendragon, but now I'm not. Now I'm thinking about this. But the thing is that there's lots and lots of kind of ideas here for running stuff, but I almost feel like there's a one-off line to be had here at some point, which is, why is it always fucking Nazis? With the Karatekia, who are Nazis, right? But as I've been saying in several games, there is one group of people that it's always okay to gun down, and that's Nazis. So, you know, they're kind of an easy bad guy to throw in at any point, because it's never bad to kill them. Never bad to kill them. It's always fully justified. And the basic idea of the alien stuff in the conspiracy is that the aliens that everyone's seeing are basically Mi-Go automatons. Now, I was kind of interested when I was watching the when I was listening to the second not triplanetary, free body, so the Dark Forest, when the Trisolarans rock up with their little ship and destroy the entire fleet. And I think that's kind of something to bear in mind when we think about the technology difference between just the Mi-Go and the deep ones and humanity, right? They're eons ahead in their technology level. So the efforts of humanity against them are kind of like fundamentally doomed. Yeah, the question is that if I do this, first off, if we go, is it in the handler's guide? Right, yeah. So in the handler's guide, we've got the operation overview. So the name of the operation, the hook of the operation, the in media res of it. Oh yeah, is it going to be in media res, mystery, or ongoing threat? Right. In media res is probably pretty good for the opening gambit, right? For the first adventure. What NPCs are there? Unnatural threats, sanity rewards, leads, dead ends, creepy moments, events, trouble, and resolution. Yeah. Okay, well, as anyone who knows me, I don't really like building investigations. So what I like to think, particularly of the scenario. I think investigations and mystery in the campaign, cool. There are wrong routes to go down, there are good routes to go down, and that's all fine. But I prefer to think of my of investigation adventures as more like a roller coaster, right? It should be woo 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 woo, and you should always feel like you're going at full speed towards some kind of horrifying conclusion. Have I been doing this without any audio for this whole time? This is truly like the most scuffed I have been. It is. Oh, that's good. This is the most scuffed for ages. It's okay. It's only been background sound. So there you go. You've been missing out on the loop all that time. Unnatural entity details. Yeah. So the question is, what is a good thing here? So if we look at what I got, what I've been looking around for, is examples of good. A highly recommended introduction scenarios. So someone recommended Dreams in the Fish House and The Signal Smugglers. So the scenario, to the intro for the Signal Smugglers is: players begin as police outside an apartment. Television static, breaking furniture, and shouting inside are audible. Inside are Vito and Mike trying to escape the worm growing out of Ted's mouth as he lies seizing on the floor. The worm is blind, gigantic, and has sharp teeth. It is the source of the static. It's stuck to Ted's body. Ted's movements gradually become more coordinated. Eventually he crawls, allowing the worm to reach its prey. The worm is immune to damage, but killing the host body kills it. Ted cannot be saved. Vito has been bitten. The wound fizzes with static sound. End the intro with the police kill. When the police kill the host or flee the apartment. Delta Green arrives. Junkies. Patients. So this is kind of like the thing has got out of control. Drugs, dealers. The apartment, searching the apartment, consequences, and then some people. Consequences, dealers can simply be killed, gate disabled. Yeah. The other one is the fish house. Agents broke into an aquarium and vanished. They were investigating something but hadn't reported any leads. Find out what happened and finish what they started. So this one goes to truth. So kind of what's really going on? What's the inciting incident? Cultists, fish house, investigating the mystery, investigating the missing agents, the island, and then a bunch of NPCs. So yeah, and then I've also got the where has it gone? I should probably say, where's my drive-through account? Here it is. Car. Just check this out. Confirm, free, the Delta Green Quick Start. See, I think from a rules kind of rules perspective, this is going pretty easy to run. It's just getting a handle on like a good adventure is going to be the main thing. I also think taking kind of like a troop perspective on it, so high likeliness that characters will die. Given how easy we've seen knock together two characters pretty quickly, given how easy it is to knock together a character, that's not a huge issue. But let's take a quick look at what the adventure is in here. So, what's an agent? Character sheet. Oh. Dunk, dunk, dunk. The character sheet. No, these aren't. This is clickable. Yeah. Let's go. So there's some pre-gens. The actual adventure. No game system. Okay, last things last. Right, what's the mission here? Last things last. Tell operations. So, handler's information. Clyde Bauman was an active Delta Green agent in 1967 to 1970 and an infrequent friendly during the late 90s. 4 days ago, he died in his apartment with a massive heart attack. Delta Green has learned of this and has tasked the nearest available agents to conduct a sweep of his apartment or remove any evidence for the organisation. For the most part, Bauman was very circumspect about keeping his secrets. There was one significant unfortunate exception: his reaction to the death of his wife, Marlene. When cancer took her in 2002, he attempted to use certain incantations discovered during his work with Delta Green to restore her to life. Tragically, but unsurprisingly, the spell failed to return her to life in her condition he wanted. Instead, it worked to create an undying monster that spoke with his wife's voice. Bauman, distraught and ashamed, told no one. He sealed the creature in a septic tank in an isolated cabin. He repeatedly tried to work up the nerves to destroy the thing that had once been his wife. He never could. She waits in his cabin still. Okay, this sounds like fun. So, this sounds like fun to run from a solo perspective, and it feels like fun just in general. If we were going to sit down and go, okay, right, from a solo perspective, what are we going to do? We clearly already have like some threads, right? So create journal entry, solo journal, right? So a couple of things clearly here, right? So if we go add, what was the adventure called? Need to know. Was this last things last, right? Last things last. Last things last. So what we do is, first thing is we kind of go through and we go, right, so NPCs and threads. So the thread is Delta Green wants us to remove any evidence of the organization from Clyde Bauman's apartment. So, NPCs. Even though Clyde's dead, he's still technically an active component of this. Bauman's wife in the septic tank. We also have Bauman's apartment. Then we have Bauman's what was it described as? Cabin. Right, so there's 4 funny things already. Now, because we're always going to have Majestic 12 as an option, and we're always going to have Delta Green as an option in the list. Just because they can do things off screen, right? They're probably starred because they have special stuff going on. Okay, involving agents. Many agents are part of the official Delta Green program. Top secret. Yeah. Getting there, right. Needing to move quickly, Delta Green has assigned these agents due to their availability and proximity to Bauman's apartment. It can be in any large city you choose. The agents themselves probably live in different cities, maybe different states, but they must gather quickly. Cool, right. Getting there. Let's think for a second. Okay. Agents who are US employees. They're together at 2 p.m. next day at a conference room in the post office headquarters in Bauman City. In reality, there is nothing to the task force but Delta Green operation. The Delta Green operation. Agents who are not government employees or who aren't in the official program connected by a Delta Green control officer. The control officer is played by the handler, not by one of the players. Each agent gets a message. Yeah. Okay, so basically we're set up, meet up in the post office with your Delta Green handler. Yeah, so they all know that it's on them. So let's also fit one page. Directives. Proceed to a residence. Remove any evidence. Bauman's heirs are expected within 48 hours. Make sure everything is clean by then. Involve no one else. Meet in the same conference room in 48 hours. If you find signs Bauman violated Delta Green security, report them. Right. The control officer gives the agents courtesy a dossier on Bauman. See handout A. Okay, where is handout A? Handout A. Fine. Yeah? Oh dear. Family, wife, daughter. Okay, can I just copy? I think I can. Copy. Save that a second. If I go to Asset Journal and I go Add Page for Last Things Last. Seeing behind the curtain now. Okay, cool. That's cool. So let's just get hand out A. Where else are we? Hand out B. Hand out B. Any other handouts? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think these are handouts for the thing. Cool. So. Okay, next. Bauman's apartment. Bauman's address is an inconspicuous. Right, well-worn couch, Sports Illustrated, and Reader's Digest. Proper old person. The adjoining kitchen is almost bare. Downhall, nonsense. Bauman used the other room as an office and storage. There is no computer. Takes the agent about 12 hours to go through many of the papers here and systematically examine them. The time required is requires at least one agent who are counting 30%. Oh right, okay, so you can half the time if you've got an accountant with 30% or better. Yeah, cool. Reviewing the papers reveals Bauman owned a cabin in a rural area about 4 hours away by car. The paper provides coordinates. Right, so we find out about the cabin from the papers. Complication. Miss Janvitz. Janovitz. Agents making an open or noisy approach to a building may encounter old lady. Okay, so we've got an old lady. Edit this again. So there's Ms. Janowitz. So okay. Well, Janowitz knew Bauman. They were not too close. She never met either of Bauman's children. She says it was a terrible shame. Poor Mr. Bauman wasn't found until 3 days. Found for 3 days. A real pity. Janowitz is curious, but not immediately suspicious. Okay, right. So she's just like a vague distraction. Right, the cabin. Cabin itself, 1 story high, bedroom. Think Evil Dead, right? The key to Bauman's apartment fits the lock. Okay, right, so you find the key in Bauman's apartment. The key fits the lock. Even a cursory inspection reveals that no one has been here for at least 2 months. Cool. There's a footlocker and for plumbing. Right. Behind the building stands an outhouse and a shed. Studying the outhouse with forensics 40% or better. Finds that it was last used a couple of months ago. The shed holds an assortment of tools and then 21-gallon cans of gasoline. So what I might actually do, right, is so we see up here the characters here start off as agents already. But I think it'd kind of be interesting if they weren't, right? You can take some of this nonsense as well, right? So these aren't important, I don't think, but we can have this picture on the fridge. So this is a red herring. Normally I don't use red herrings, but sometimes a red herring in like a proper investigative game is worth the effort, right? Just because, you know, it can be interesting. Players going off on a little bit of a wild goose chase, as long as it's quickly reined back in and they quickly realise that it's not important. So this is the wife in septic tank. Wife in septic tank. Not sure what this picture is. I presume this is him and his wife. Wife. Bauman and wife. Wife Marlene, right? What's her name? Yeah. Cool. Because I think it could be fun if the character isn't I'd have to question myself if they were just a cop. Why would the cop do anything more than go, right, they're dead? Like, it has already happened, right? I don't know. I'll have a think. Because I think it could be fun if they weren't aware of what was going on. And then I meet the thing of garbage in the septic tank, and then most of them die, and one of them becomes... And then my player that's actually about becomes the Delta Green agent. Let's carry on. So the cabin, behind the cabin in the outhouse, forensics 40%, so it was last used a couple of months ago. The shed holds an assortment of tools. 21-gallon cans of gasoline, all of which are full. That's a lot of gasoline. 10 yards away from the house, near the edge of the woods, the hatch to the septic tank can be spotted. And not buried as would be expected. Okay, so that's a clue there, eh? Can I highlight it? That's important. Earth piled around it indicates that It's been exposed. The septic tank's entrance hatch is uncovered and is padlocked from the outside. An unusual step. The key is another from Bauman's keyring. But the handle and hinge are well oiled. It won't be obvious to the agents unless the agents unearth more of a tank. But in fact, there are two hatches, one still buried. The septic tank is far too large for this cabin. I mean, this is pretty weird already, but carry on. The Bauman's Vietnam era metal footlocker is stowed under the bed. There he keeps mementos from his years with Delta Green. Atop the content is a sealed and enveloped marked with a triangle, green ink, handout B. In the footlocker, you can decide what other evidence Clyde Bauman has left behind. Use this as an opportunity to leave clues to future missions or as aids in completing ongoing ones. Here are a few possibilities. Reel-to-reel tapes labelled FBI with FBI evidence tags, pseudo-Christian submarines with snakes. And, yeah, okay, so this is a lot of kind of opportunities for stuff, right? So in here we can include some bits and pieces from Majestic 12, right? A sizable envelope of Ventage Corporation, an Argentine import-export firm. Okay. An annotated doctoral dissertation on Sky Devils, archetypical figures in Native American mythology. Okay. So, anyway, the plumbing. Inspector of the cabin's plumbing finds that none of the pipes lead to the septic tank. They once did, but all have been disconnected for no discernible reason. The septic tank. The players may notice the oddness of having a functioning outhouse at a cabin that has a septic tank and running water. If they don't, point it out. Yeah. Okay. Cool. The tank is much larger for necessary. Yeah, so we've already kind of figured that there's something weird going on. Any source of bright light, anyone putting a probe into the tank, or anyone actually entering the tank attracts the attention of Marlene Clyde's long dead wife, horribly reanimated. Okay, the thing with the tank. A wasted corpse, rotten from so many years in a dank hole. Sanity loss 1 to 1d8. So always 1 and up to 1d8 if you fail. Marlene is more than an inexpertly raised zombie. Her resurrection was a result of Barnum's unwittingly imbuing her with an unnatural consciousness we term the other. The other is a formless intelligence. So this is in fact Miss Baron Rife, the other. Save. The other knows much of what Marlene knew. Whilst it could not convince Clyde that his wife had returned to him, it made it impossible for him to destroy the body that spoke with his wife's voice. It hopes to manipulate the newcomers with greater effect. If Marlene realizes human beings are near, she attempts to get their attention and sympathy by pounding on the inside of a tank and crying for help in a croaking, pathetic voice. She says her husband was a sick man, always seeking terrible secrets. She says he did something strange to her, some awful peg. Yeah, cool. She begs for air and light, freedom, trying to discern anything from her voice quotes a human int. with no, is no good with the concrete in between. An agent who opens a hatch inside, huddled weakly, and goes description. Human 40%. Can't tell what to make of her body language and mannerisms. They're all strange, but if she's been stuck in a septic tank for all these years, unable to die, that might not be a surprise. 6% sense, strange disconnect between the speech and the photos. Okay, fine. If they suspect the other, Marlene keeps up this act as long as it works. If the other thinks it's been found out, it will attempt to bargain with the agents, offering secrets to the cosmos. What exactly the other tells the agents is up to you. Okay. Talking to the other for an hour adds 1 percentile to the agent's unnatural skill at a sanity cost of 1 sanity. Keeping it imprisoned somewhere for ongoing conversation can be a home pursuit between missions. A version of studying the natural that grants plus 1d10 percentile to unnatural at a cost of 1 sanity. So you can keep it like a pet. That's terrifying. Destroying Marlene. The decision to attack Marlene should not be easy. Secretly take stock of the player's talk and reaction. Tell the players that each faces sanity loss for violence if they go ahead. For an agent who thinks Marlene is just an innocent woman who's been cursed by her husband, Clyde Bauman has provided one option: the gasoline in the shed. If poured into the tank and ignited, it will eventually destroy Marlene, the Marlene thing. When she sees what we're up to, she screams in panic and begs for mercy. If they go ahead, the other panics, leaps out of the open hatch with impossible strength and attacks the agent holding the gasoline can. If the agents try to block the hatch and leave just enough space for the fuel, perhaps at minus strength by Marlene, make it call for a strength by Marlene, perhaps at minus 40% penalty. Likewise, if the agents bring Marlene out of the tank, but they seem to try to kill her, Marlene fights for only one or two turns, just long enough to hurt one of the agents. Then she sprints into the woods or escapes. The other hopes to find another better corpse to inhabit. Okay, if the agents find some way to restrain her. If the agents destroy Marlene, she attacks them. Each gains 1d8 instead of losing sanity. Right, okay. Yeah. As per their orders from Delta Green, the investigators are to remove any evidence of Clyde Berman's involvement with the organisation. If it's left to their discretion, if they just... Cool. Well, this kind of feels like it could be resolved reasonably quickly, but it's a nice starter for 10, right? So the other thread is the other wants to escape and find a new corpse to inhabit. Right. So that kind of feels like all of the important elements. We probably need a cabin in the woods. Cabin in the woods. With a T, not an H. Images. Cool, that's ugly. It's only one floor, right? Oh, well, I mean, it's gonna be this one, Right? This is V. Yeah, copy this image. Copied, image copied. See, sometimes I ain't making no money out of this. I don't live anywhere where there's exciting things, right? So let's edit this. Let's add in this. Cabin in the woods. Right. Cool. Save. And that I feel is... I think that's kind of like enough prep for tonight. I think. And this will kind of get characters started, right? Top bananas. Well, I need to go cook dinner. So, toodle pip, my beautiful humans. So it's a bit of a scuff stream today, but hey, scuff streams happen. So long, have fun, be good, bye bye.